Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we are doing the last 3 episodes of Age 2, and there is more than a little about to talk about. I could have done that better, oh well. But with me is Anchor, Zai, Dingle. Say hello.
Hello.
That, fantastic. Alright,
Yeah,
so
we a little special.
let's just kick this off. Final battle is in fact not at the big ring. It is somewhere else entirely. I caught that in editing last time.
I knew I wasn't retarded.
I mean, jury's still out on that.
It is. Is that this place? It's called Northram, right?
It's a manufacturing colony in Earth orbit, and the reason the Vegans are going there, other than the fact that Big Ring is so swole, is because they can manufacture more mobile suits there and use the people as slave labor.
Thus proving the point that Flit is right and he cannot be wrong.
What
Correct.
lovely people the Vegans are.
Right?
Yeah.
So lovely.
Back to the cotton
Full of
fields
pointless
with you,
deaths and
Earthnoid.
hatred.
But yeah, at the very least, they're not trying to destroy the Earth. They're just trying to conquer and enslave it. Which, hey, you know,
It's different.
It's
I'll
a
give
little
them
bit
that.
Which
different.
makes Zehart's statements that we talked about last episode even worse.
even
Go fuck off,
worse.
Asamu, so I can come back and enslave you.
Yup.
Yeah.
I'm coming for that
But
ass
you won't
later.
be dead, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah. So, that's established, and the battle itself, I will say, final battles in Gundam can be weird for me, because sometimes I don't get the sense of scale that they're going for. Like, Zeta's finale doesn't feel like this big climactic showdown, but 0079 does. This battle in particular felt big. It felt like a giant conflict that was unfolding, and I dug that side of it.
I think it has a lot to do with the cinematography and the direction for those scenes just throughout the franchise.
Yeah.
Like, Gundam Abawaku was made kind of as a movie finale. Like, that was what they wanted to do with it originally. And so that's how it's shot, that's how it's performed, etc., etc., etc. And Zeta Gundam, everything's supposed to be, like, really intensely personal, and you kind of get the sense that it's happening, like the battle's happening off screen, and then the cast is doing their own melodramatic final fight shit,
Yeah.
kind of.
Which,
Now with-
by the by, when you learn that billions of people died during the Grips conflict, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, not at the final battle.
Well, yeah, I'm saying,
because
like,
they
in general.
nuke and
Overall.
colony laser a shit ton of
But,
Yeah.
colonies.
Yeah, and with H2, this final battle, like, I think you get that sense of scale because of, like, the massive superstructures that both sides are using ship-wise. And this
Yeah.
massive
Yep,
fortress that the Vegans have, and there's a scene where you find out how they're turning it around, and they're using a bunch of fucking Vegan mobile suits to turn it, and you get just how big this thing is comparatively to everything else.
And it has really cool grabby hands.
Yes. And also, yeah, you get
I thought I'd
a shot
point that out.
comparison of the Diva, the main ship of the
Yeah,
show.
the Diva gets caught in one of the grabby hands.
And this thing
Yeah.
is fucking huge, and they're like, if it crashes in the earth, oh god.
Yeah, you know who else did this exact plot point? Wing. This is the final episode of Wing. Like, down to a T.
No, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I see.
So, that side of things, like, the final 2 episodes out of the Crop 3,
Oh,
the first 2
the
episodes,
first
rather. The first 2 episodes
the
out
finale
of the Crop
of Age
3.
2, and then the entire episode dedicated to setup, because we have to shaft Age 2 at every point.
Yeah, well, these 2 episodes are great, and if they are the only things that happen during our little bit of watching, I'd agree that, yeah, no, Age 2 is just great. I wish it was its own Gundam series, because it could have been alright.
Yeah.
It's
'cause
all down.
It is immediately all downhill from here. So, as far as finales go, this feels like a Gundam finale. You have big battle. You have the culmination of a bunch of character arcs and story arcs.
Big
You
emotional
have-
stakes.
Yeah, big emotional stakes. You have death flags that actually go through.
And
Oh, those
really
yeah.
well done scenes therein as well.
Yeah.
Like, the writing team probably got together and was like, let's do a Gundam finale. And everyone went, bet, hold my beer. And
Yeah.
they did it.
Yeah,
And they
and
did
so
it.
it makes me wonder, you know, God bless Smug for being captured by the Bosnian, but it makes me wonder why he thinks Age 1 is better than Age 2.
I don't think he thinks that Age 1 is better than Age 2. I'm pretty sure
He just hates Age 2.
Yeah, no. The show's all round kind of bad. He just hates Age 2 more because of because Asumu keeps having to learn similar lessons over and over again, but we've went over this.
Alright, so a bunch of people die. Let's talk about it. Who do we start with?
Blue-haired
Wolf.
man, I think he... No, blue-haired man dies first.
Oh yeah, blue-haired Zayhart Watcher Man.
Goon, who should have been Yarkdol's kid but isn't.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
does.
Who has the unfortunate... Oh no, he does die after all. I'm dumb. Fuck it.
Yeah, because he runs into good old Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll start with him because he has the silliest, pointlessest death.
Yeah, because he gets he's been real chill up until this point.
Yep.
And you know, he's down with the cause, but you didn't think he was that
Down
far
with the
gone.
cause.
And then he just starts raging out. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, Gundam Re!"
And he turns on the evil brain damage helmet to up to 11, and he tries to fight Flit, and Flit's just like, eh.
Well, also Flit comments on this that he is openly buying time for his comrades, so he was going in knowing that he was gonna die.
Yep.
And I'm just like, that kind of came out of nowhere, and I really didn't feel anything about his death. Out of all of the deaths, I'd say weakest one right there.
His has the least impact.
yeah.
I think what they were going for is everybody really vibes with Zayhart's whole, we're gonna make this our new Garden of Eden, and this is what we have to do as a society.
But Earth is already nice as it is. Just sneak down there and just blend in with the population. You'll be fine.
So, right, Wolf bites it, and I got the vibe somebody was gonna bite it during his little pre-final battle speech. Just, you're all gonna make it out of here alive.
Everybody
Oh.
comes back alive. Yeah, okay, somebody's dead.
Oh, Wolf, you didn't say we. You said you. Oh god, he died. That was
course.
my response.
Yeah, he died
His
because of
his death even gets Flit to shed tears
Yeah,
because
which
he's that manly.
makes me wonder if Flip would have cried if his child died.
He wouldn't have.
Yeah.
No, he would
You'll
have cried
find
at
out.
the age system dying, not his
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
No, the age system.
Because he actually does think Gesemu is dead in Arc 3.
Oh, boy. Oh! That sounds like a pitch race.
Yes.
Do it! I dare you!
Oh, I will. But,
I'll have to suffer through my audio now.
circumstances for it is Asumu does something stupid while fighting Dezel, and Wolf saves him. Yeah?
Yeah, he takes
Pretty
the
much,
fat
yeah.
L.
Yeah, no. Deso uses his
He uses the 2 of the 4 remaining Magician's 8 as, bits, Farsha style, and he has them really kind of uselessly grapple the H2 while he goes in for a melee kill, and Wolf's just hold my beer.
Yeah. So,
And he
There-
succeeds, and then Asumu doesn't get with the program, and Dezel comes back, and then Wolf has to take the hit.
yeah. And I do like what Wolf more or less says to him at the end there. Like, hey, don't feel bad about this. I chose to do it. I wanted to be a super pilot.
Yeah, you're a
Kaboom.
badass already. Show him.
Yeah. And I dug that.
Now,
Yes.
it was the second best death in the whole episode.
And we get the
Yeah.
cathartic scene of Flit
That's my happy
beating
place.
the shit out of Dezel.
What the
No,
fuck?
Asumu.
No, Asumu does it, which...
Asumu does it.
I
Asumu
is-
picks him the fuck apart.
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best part of the entire series, in my opinion.
This is like when I was watching the end of Sea Destiny, and I would just flash back to Shin destroying the Freedom Gundam. That's that same happy place.
Yeah.
Fuck Dezel.
Yeah, and I love the way he did it because it is a flashback to Age 1 bullshit because he cuts off all of the limbs first.
Yep.
And
But then he's like, yeah, no, you're done.
And then he finishes him off on like his father and just cuts the cockpit in half. And I'm just
He
like,
cuts the cockpit, and then he shoots him with the buster cannons. He goes full tilt Koaraki on him.
Well, you know, it's amazing.
yeah,
And the cool part about it is that Zayhart knew it was going to happen, and he was like, nah, stay here.
yeah,
To die.
I like that because he's like, Dezel's a piece of shit. He's gonna get us all killed one day. He's not for the cause as we are. He's just a battle-hungry maniac. So let him die.
Yeah, he got your wingman. He got your wingman killed, Dole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
Dole was just like, damn.
It's just, it's great how much of it's just great how Dezel jobs all of Arc 2, and then he just goes out like a jobber. Yeah, he kills Wolf, but
He doesn't beat Wolf.
he doesn't beat Wolf.
He just kills him.
Asamu does something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Dezel's KD is amazingly negative because he has more team kills than enemy kills.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dezel.
Man, Flit, if only you killed him way back when. Do you know how many lives you would have saved?
Plenty
You
of
would've
forgotten lives, which is why he didn't.
Exactly.
would've
Like,
saved-
I've said this before. Deso was just me and GBO2. Dingo can attest to this.
Oh yeah, smack your teammates.
So you're a team-killing fucktard.
I mean, sometimes they deserve it, I'm not gonna lie, but anyways.
But yeah,
Understood. Anchor is caboose.
I think we should talk about the big one. The one that Mike Tyson punched me in the face and actually started
Are
to
we
make me
gonna save
tear
the
up.
best for last?
we'll save the best for last. We also have the Magician's 8 lady who dies an angry death, which was rad.
Yeah. She dies like the death cat Gina Liz should have had.
Yeah, just vaporized by cannon.
Yup. Which, rightly so.
She
Because fuck that lady.
she whiffs and she gets deleted.
Yep. But not before.
Not before she kills someone of actual worth.
Worth. So,
Living is hard.
show of hands, guys. Show of hands, guys. Who thought it was going to be O'Brien who was going to die? For you, those of you who
The first
who
time I
hadn't
watched
seen
it,
this before.
the first time I
Yeah.
watched it, I thought they set up those flags when they spun it around and killed
Her instead.
Yeah, it's just-
And it's really well done too because they don't show her injury at all until O'Bright finds her corpse, and then you realize she's mutilated from the waist down.
Yeah, I'll say, I kind of knew from the outset she was going to be the one that bought it. If
Oh
either
really?
of them
It
had
threw me
to-
for a loop back in high school. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be O'Bright for sure.
Nah, man, you gotta keep, especially if this is a generational series, you gotta keep the pilot Murder Man alive, so he has a possible reason to be a murder man. I don't know yet, but
To be a
Just-
racist.
it just tracks in my head.
Yeah.
Because we're starting to get themes of violence begetting violence, vengeance being a cycle, etc., etc. But
All these lessons Flit should have learned and seems to impart on other people and then unlearned.
Yeah, because, like,
Ye-
the thing is
yeah.
that, like, with O'Bright and Remy Ruth, like, their pre-battle, like, dialogue of them talking about, like, yeah, no, I'm okay with this, and Remy Ruth is like, yeah, no, I know I said no earlier, but I'm diggity down to
She
get
didn't say
married.
no, she just
ran off.
ran away
Ran away.
embarrassed.
Yeah, so
Which
she's like, yeah, no, I'm down, O'Bright, be my
Yeah.
husbando. And I'm just
yeah,
like,
what's
oh no,
what's kind
no.
of
Oh,
funny
no,
about
no,
that
no.
entire relationship is just it's very short, it's very brief, it has infinitely more development than any other relationship in the show, and they're both two like very sweet but stupid and awkward individuals
It's
where
really great.
where them just
Really
jumping
pull for him.
yeah, pull for them, but also them just jumping to the conclusion of we're gonna get married before they ever date each other just seems like A, accurate, and B, that it's gonna work out if they survived.
Yeah,
Yep.
I could see it.
And then they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like the way she goes out, she like changes out the photon cannon.
She changes out the gizmo for the Diva's big gun so that the Diva can free itself.
And Angry Magician's 8 Lady Mink just shows up and just sprays everywhere. And she's like,
Yeah.
get out of my way, and kills Remy Ruth. And I'm just like, well, we don't know she's dead. And like, at first when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, she's saying the death dialogue, but we only see the upper half, right? And I'm just like,
Well, she
maybe
looks
she's
fine.
fine. And then
And
all
then
of a
her
sudden
eyes
the
go
camera pans down. And I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah. It's... Age doesn't usually get its blood right. It just kind of comes out of nowhere most of the time when they use it. They got it here. It worked. It worked really well.
And just O'Bright's reaction to it, it was just guttural to say the least. I honestly
I feel
started
for this
tearing
man.
up.
I feel for this man so much.
I'm dead inside, so there was no emotion, but hey, it was a well done scene. It sucks that she bit it.
Actually, Asemu and Romary actually have a really nice sort of wrap up at the beginning of that blog episode.
Yeah.
It's kind of subtle.
They
which I
address
like.
it. Yeah, they address all of the nonsense. You get explanations. I jive with it, but man, screw her.
Yeah.
My opinion turned on her.
My opinion turned on her after we covered this in last episode with the conversation at the lake. I was just like,
At the lake, yeah.
bruh, what? This guy
I
is literally
gave her-
trying to enslave humanity.
And you don't even want us to capture him. Asumu wasn't trying to kill him.
He was going to
Yeah,
He was
capture him.
trying.
She could
He's
have got
trying to
together
lock
with
him
him
in a
and
cell.
gotten out of the slavery thing.
That makes her worse.
That makes her
Makes it
worse.
worse.
There's not a good female love interest in this fucking show. Okay, there's a
Yes, there is, and she died.
Yeah, she died a horrible, agonizing death.
I met with the main characters.
Okay, so I think it might be time to address the elephant in the room, because outside of great action and some nice deaths and closure, there's not much to talk about pertaining to the finale. But there's a giant elephant turd in the room that we need to start addressing.
Yeah, so H2's finale is the last 2 of its 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Its final episode is an epilogue that sets up Arc 3.
And at first, I'll say
Partially.
it was actually giving me some Macross vibes,
Hmm.
because we have the main character kitted out in the former, well, more or less the
Yeah, he's in Roy Foker's Valkyrie, kinda.
yeah, kind of, and he has the normal suit that parallels it, and you're in a period of peace, but yet there's still conflict going on. We're seeing this character enter a new stage of their life and have a new role. And it's nice for a little bit, and then the
you realize
coup
he's working
happens.
with Nazis!
And then
Yeah.
Flit fucking coup d'etats the government becomes supreme leader Flit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
that's the thing. Like, with the government, right? They're working with the Vegans.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not
No.
the government as a whole, just the guy that's
the Prime Minister man from way back at the beginning of the first episode of Age 2, who we've seen once and they reused shots of for this. Turns out, shocker of all shocks, he's in the pocket of the Vegans and has been their spy this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I mean, didn't they mention that all the people they purged were also like Vegan conspirators?
Yeah,
Well,
his cronies.
there's a problem with that. And, okay, I think we need to take this one step at a time. So let's start with just the coup itself and the rationale behind it. Alright, so, military coup of the civilian government because the Prime Minister has been working with the Vegans. Now, I'll admit, doing a military takedown and arrest of this guy after you get the proof, and like going above the civilian government's head to make sure this doesn't fall through the cracks, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see that as morally reprehensible. Maybe a bit gray, because he's not trusting those within the, duly elected government to do their job. But you know what? It's literally at the highest level.
Yeah.
May as well be safe.
Yeah, and he's known for being heavy-handed anyway. Remember, giant space doom laser in the final battle.
Yeah. So that I can jive with. The problems start to come in where Flit starts doing his speech. Unless I misunderstood, he declares that the military is taking control of the government full stop.
Yep.
Is that...
Well, they put in a prime minister, though.
They put their guy in. Like, they're leaving the institution in place, but this guy now reports to Flit.
Yeah. So, that unto itself feels like the, one of many things that is incorrect and wrong and done by the villains in...
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's Flat.
Yes.
That's why he's gonna get the Basque on goggles in age 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, because I suppose, taking your duties seriously to uphold the values of your nation and making sure everyone at the top is accountable. Cool. Alright, fair enough.
That's not
Creating
how Flit rolls, my guy.
Creating a puppet government that you control so you can institute purges is,
Well, he purged the people in the government who were conspirators.
that he says are conspirators.
That he says is
And the
That's
reason
problem. We don't... I mean, obviously, probably the intent here is to say that, yes, they are conspirators. However, we get it in narration, and all we ever see is the dude's wife crying.
Well, this is where I will assert that no, they're just killing people who they believe to have the connection, because...
That's what I'm saying. We don't have any proof that they're actually doing it with any veracity. They're just getting rid of people Flit wants to get rid of.
Well, yeah, but I say that because we see the scene with the wife. She doesn't know what the hell's going on, and blonde-haired man is like, "Look, I have a gun. I'm with the military. You know what's happening. Keep quiet." And she seems to she is just the guy's wife.
Yep.
And she is listed as the first person killed in those goddamn purges.
They put Blondie in an SS officer's uniform for a reason, my guy.
Yeah,
Like-
shit goes...
He's in the Hugo
Yeah.
Boss long coat.
And you know what's the
Shit goes
sad
wrong.
thing about it? The sad thing
Yeah.
about it is that even with that being like big evil moment, as I've stated earlier, fuck the Vegans.
Yeah, no, because Flit's proven right again when the Vegans just pop out of the woodwork and start attacking.
And start trying to kill the guy, yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like on some weird shit, because it's like if the Titans
It's like if the Titans were right.
were right.
Theon did nothing wrong. Kirin Zabi was right.
Yeah. It's wild. And I got some real vibes of guilt by association with the wife being killed. Like, other political officials, fair enough. This is the guy's wife. She doesn't know what's happening. Flit, what in the actual shit?
If I don't get my waifu, no one gets their waifu.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Can we
so,
talk about the all-white H2 and the
The
wolf
all-white,
colors?
the all-white H2 is the fucking best. He acknowledges
That
his
they
real...
make it look ugly, and we never see it again.
It's not ugly though.
No. The white H2. I'm trying to say they do something else to it later on. And
No,
fuck
you
ugly.
don't. I can't say anything because of spoilers, but I would fight if this was a parking lot. I would fight you right now, Zai.
And I'd win.
No, you wouldn't.
But yeah,
Oh my
like
God.
I like it.
It's
not
cool.
only because of the coloration, but the meaning behind it.
He acknowledges
Yeah.
his real dad.
no, yeah, acknowledges real
The
dad.
reason he's playing with a GXs.
And he's no
It's like,
longer
the ending theme and not Age 1.
he's no
Yeah,
longer
it's like,
looking up to freaking his legacy of being the son of Flit Asano. He is embracing his true
Who he
dad.
is.
and living
Yeah.
up to the legacy of a man he actually respects instead of being generic Gundam colors like his dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that legacy crap. It's like Dick Grayson taking up the Batman count. I always love that stuff when it's done well.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a note on the coup stuff. So, I'm not angry at it quite yet because Age 2, it gave me a bit of faith in the series for it to not be teeth-gratingly dumb. I know that's probably gonna go away, but this seems like the perfect setup for a bunch of comeuppance in Age 3 for Flynn. Everybody's... I know, I'm aware. Here's the thing, I don't know that yet, and I'm not... if a series does a political purge, the good guys do a political purge, I'm not inherently angry with it until it is just proven to be the right course of action and doesn't bite them in the ass. I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt because I try to.
Okay.
Also,
I don't want to sound like a fucking Muppet, so I'm not going to spoil anything. However, all I will say is that it's the worst of both worlds.
and with the political purging part, I agree with you guys. I'd be okay with this if it was just guys who are all actual vegan conspirators, but as you guys brought up, there is a decent chance that it's just kind of proven that not all of them were conspirators, so this is inherently wrong. But at the same time,
It's
the
great.
enemy are actually Mongols.
The worst.
They are the worst.
Yeah. And it goes
And so
back
I'm
to
really
that,
hoping Age 3 actually improves on the whole vegan ideology.
Oh boy. I suspect they won't. But, yeah. The Age 2 Silver Custom, Wolf Custom, whatever you want to call it, the Grey Wolf, it was pretty...
It's white. It's white, homie.
I'ma call it Grey, because why not? It's cool. The White Wolf, Grey Wolf, the Great Wolf in the corner. It, looks neat. And the only other bit I think we could talk about is, Asamu gets married to his lady friend, and though his legs have grown,
His face,
The rest
is
of him
the
has
exact same. I'm like, that is ugly as shit. Oh god, that's
Poor
ugly.
boy has extreme baby face.
He really does.
He does.
Also,
They even kind of make a joke out of it with his archery character design when we see him.
you think
Man.
Romary
It'll be great.
You think Romary occasionally says "Say Heart's name"?
No, I don't actually.
I'd say no.
I
Yeah.
think they actually got over that whole thing and
Even though they think
dated
he's
off
dead.
screen and had no, they know he's alive.
How do they know he's alive?
They saw the dude save him.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw him escape. They escaped together out of the Space Fortress thing. And I will say, that was pretty cool at the end, where they both decided to work together to make sure it doesn't crash into Earth.
Yep. And
That was
die
neat.
doing it. Just
Yeah.
Palpatine decided to give them an escape route.
Yeah, it was cool. I dug
Well,
that.
not
Oh.
done yet.
But, yeah. I can't think of really much else on what to cover for the finale. There wasn't all that much.
Yeah, it was only 3 episodes. Like
Most
I
of
said,
it was
most of
action.
it was good. It's just
yeah.
now we're done with the good shit and we're into Bascom goggles and the bastard child of Kiri Yamato and Uso Iwan.
Oh, no. Does he at
He
least
even
have
looks
a murder?
like what would happen if they did Fusion Tales.
He's canonically,
Does-
he's canonically the youngest Gundam pilot that isn't
He's tied with Uso Iwan. He's 13. Yeah.
13 yet.
Does this character at the very least have a murder haro?
No. He has
0
the
out
same
of 10.
Haro his dad and his
Worst
granddad
series
have.
ever. Do not watch. Pass go. Go to jail.
And,
Yeah. Do you guys have any closing thoughts for H2?
I liked it a lot more than I did the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
I picked up on a lot more to appreciate, and I really, really kind of wish that,
this was the show, honestly. Just
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
us
give us like 30 episodes of it, do a 5-episode arc with Age 1 so we see why Flit was a bastard, and then do Age 3 afterward, and you have a really nice setup.
What would you give it as like a letter grade or a number out of 10?
I'm gonna be really generous. We've bumped up to a B-. You know, this is a student who actually knows what they're doing. And
Dingle?
They didn't get started until like the week it was due, but they did it, and they did it pretty okay.
Dingle?
Yeah, with Age 2, I feel like it's clearly the better out of Age 1 so far, and overall, it's alright. It's not bad. My only issue with it is that it's connected to Age 1. So there's some weird things going on there when it comes to consistency.
Yeah.
Also, not to mention, the show has yet to prove Flit being big evil. To me, at least. I mean, like, the purging part is, like, the best they've done so far. And it was at the very end. So, I'm looking forward to the setup in Age 3 to see how it goes. Whether it be worse or better. And, yeah, it left off on a good note for me. So, I have to give it a B- also. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a C. Just because.
Really, you're gonna like it more than me and give it a lower grade anyway, huh? I really hope I never have to take one of your classes.
My major problem with it is, as I've said before many of times, the vegans are the absolute worst.
Yeah.
And like, I vibe with Zahard, I really do. But the cause he is following is just beyond
Stupid.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Yeah. Don't worry though. Flit's going to give the vegans a run for their money for horrible, reprehensible bullshit.
Lovely. Anchor, what about you?
I'm happy. I enjoyed myself. I'm giving this a B.
Alright. Yeah. So, I'd say that it actually, for the most part, is able to overcome a lot of the intrinsic shortcomings it had because it came directly off of Age 1. Like, some of the foundational problems are still there, but they were able to build a pretty nice livable house on top of a building that has a crack in the foundation. So yeah, every now and again you may have rats screaming and dying in your walls, but it's a decent enough place to live. It keeps you dry.
The rent's cheap enough.
They built it on Staten Island.
I'd say, because I never give these a proper letter grade, or number, that this is like my dad coming into my room one day on a weekend going, "Hey, we're going for a motorcycle ride." And it's this like pleasant surprise that results in like a quick burger and a drink somewhere 30-40 miles away. But then on the drive back, there's a thunderstorm, and we're just getting pelted with rain 10 minutes out from our house. And it's a miserable experience at the very end, but everything else was nice.
Also,
Everything
you'll laugh
else-
about it later.
Yeah, laugh about it later, except, well,
So
Murder
later
was
is
involved.
Nazis and Martian invasions of Earth.
yeah, apparently. So yeah. So at this point, I'm just gonna thank the patrons, and then, well, we're gonna be doing a palate cleanser. We're gonna skip Age 3 for our next video. We're not gonna tell you what the next video is, but stay tuned. You'll probably find it interesting.
It's near and dear to our hearts.
But yeah, a big ol' thank you to Larakia, Columbi, Blackacre, Josh, Padden, Mace, SuperAtomicGunboy, Striker, Shockfist, Ken, Kyle Commissar, and Dan. I really do appreciate it. There is a link to the Patreon in the description if any of you are so inclined. No pressure. You guys just watching and hanging out is more than enough. It helps. That's all.
Tip jar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tip jar. Yeah. I've been Boo. Goodbye.